Have you ever been playing Marvel Rivals and the craziest thing has happened to you in a ranked match? Yeah, that kinda happened to me. So I was originally here in this game going to play as Black Cat, but I realized that we didn't really have a second healer and our only healer was a White Fox, so I ended up changing to Luna Snow. We do end up banning Namor specifically for me, but I didn't end up playing Black Cat until much later into the match because I had to change into another support. So here I am changing from Black Cat to Luna Snow, and then I started typing in the chat saying that I'm gonna be playing Luna Snow and not Black Cat for the rest of the match, me thinking that I was going to be playing Luna for the rest of the match. So the round starts and we all, start fighting each other and how things are supposed to be going. And meanwhile, Penny is in our backline setting up traps for us and distracting us with a couple stray bullets to see who she can get a pick on. And she ends up getting a pick on our Moon Knight, and it ends up getting worse because she gets a pick on support, and we end up losing this team fight. So when we all come back to life and we all start fighting the team again, my team actually recommended for me to change to Black Cat, change back out of support to Black Cat, and we ended up getting another healer, which you will see here. We ended up losing the next team fight as well, and now that I fully died here, I immediately changed to play Black Cat right after I died, like I told my team I would. And after I changed into Black Cat is when the team started going downhill. So here I am playing Black Cat, and I am trying to distract. I'm trying to keep myself alive while also making sure that the team wasn't focused on their front line too much. I did get a pick here on the Invisible Woman, but I did end up dying because I got a little too cocky trying to fight this Strange, and I did end up going down. The Sue is doing her job as best as she can. She's trying to heal her team and she's staying in the back. She's not pushing up too far, but she's making sure that everyone's alive and staying with her tanks. I'm trying to distract like I normally do, and this is where it gets a little insane, because the Penny put down a minefield in the absolute middle of nowhere. This is not getting any value, and this is what their team was talking about, which I'll explain later in the video. I end up hopping ult here, and it didn't really get too much value because the Invisible Woman did end up running away from it. But I was able to distract enough for the Invisible Woman to pop her ult. And unfortunately, I did not get a pick here on the Mantis, but I'm consistently keeping pressure to the point where the entire front line dies because of the pressure that I'm keeping on their supports. So their entire team ends up crumbling, and I did end up getting the pick on the Invisible Woman here. But the entire team is dead by now, and it's because of the pressure that I kept on their supports that they had to keep healing each other and they didn't heal their tanks. This here is another situation where I think that the Penny's absolutely in the wrong. Penny is fighting in the front line, ran right past her. She just respawned, ran right past her, and Invis ends up dying and getting dove, and now she's completely dead on the floor, just slumped. And the Penny is just fighting like nothing happened. She's just fighting and didn't even care that I just killed their Invisible Woman. Then I proceed to kill their Mantis, and the Penny did not turn around a single time while I was killing both of these supports. The Doctor Strange was their best bet, and I ended up killing the Penny here right after because their whole team is dead. Once the healers are dead, the whole team crumbles, and the Penny just really would not understand that. And I know she did not understand that because almost directly after I go for the supports again, she just respawns, so she knows I'm here and I'm in complete view. She ignores me. She doesn't even shoot at me. She completely ignores me and just starts firing ahead, completely ignoring the fact that I'm killing Mantis, Phoenix, and Invisible Woman. I already managed to kill Invisible Woman. The only two left are Mantis and Phoenix. Me and Angela end up diving this Mantis, and we end up making her use her ultimate while Invisible Woman's ult was out, and they didn't really get to push point too far after this. So we're just gonna move on to defense. I hear Penny placing up some mines, so I tell my team that, and the game starts. Once the game starts, I immediately turn and try to catch an off angle. I do miss a couple of grabs here, so I do end up having no money. And I go around the back to go flank. I do end up missing my grab here again, which is really unfortunate, but I am keeping their attention on me instead of on the team, so we did manage to get out one. And I'm making sure that I'm not leaving the area, and I'm just staying in the area, and I'm making sure that I have the pressure and the eyes of the healers on me and not on their tank, like the Penny and the Thing. The Penny and the Thing do end up dying because the focus is entirely on me. So despite me dying, the Thing does end up dying. So Penny does also end up dying as well, which means both tanks are gone, and I end up diving the back line since the tank is gone and I know there won't be any heals. So I get rid of the Invisible Woman, then I get rid of the Cloak and Dagger. The Cloak and Dagger tried to peel for the Invisible Woman, but it didn't end up working, and the full team goes down. So the last fight for point happens in this little cave thing here. I don't know what this is called, but it happens in this cave thing, and I do end up getting a pick on the Cloak and Dagger, but I do end up having to run away because I am extremely low on health. And we end up getting to the first checkpoint. I also do kill a Punisher for free here. The Penny starts putting mines down in an area that's fine, but it's mainly fine for tanks because it really didn't affect me at all, and I would just walk right past it. But the supports also weren't really playing inside of the Penny Nest, they were just moving around it, but the Penny Nest was in a spot where it would make it really difficult for them to heal because there's a wall, so it would be very difficult for them to heal if they were playing directly on top of it. But I ended up going around here and just getting their attention away. They're all trying to shoot at me instead of going to point. There is 5 of them, and I end up getting rid of the entire team here with this ultimate. I kill the full team, get a reset, and this is also where the Penny starts to throw and changes into Black Widow. I also managed to kill the Black Widow. So after killing the Black Widow, we ended up getting into another team fight. After everybody regrouped, I ended up killing the Invisible Woman once again. They tried to change the Bucky to counter me, but it really wasn't working too well. And the Black Widow, aka the Penny, just sat in the old spawn room the rest of the match. The match lasted for around 30 seconds afterwards. She was just sitting in there. Nobody knew because it was extremely quiet, but she was genuinely just sitting in there for the rest of the match, and we ended up winning the game. He was also talking a lot of shit pretty much the entire time while he was in this corner playing as Black Widow, just sitting in here typing a storm, which we will get back into. And it turns out that the Peni Parker was in fact streaming, and it streamed the entire game through his perspective, including all of the team chats.
I'm counting on you, friends. Mine's in place.
Alright, don't die yet. I'm setting up my mines behind them enemy lines. Don't die. Nice.
This is gonna hurt. Haters get the job.
I got one. Got two.
So before I changed to Black Cat, the game was fine. The Penny was fine. He wasn't toxic at all. It was perfectly fine, just a normal game. But then after I changed into Black Cat is when it becomes an issue. For some odd reason, he decided to solo ult the Emma, but in the chat you can see that the Invisible Woman was pinging that I was in the backline, and this isn't the only time that I was pinged. There was many different occasions that I was pinged as an issue, and I kept going back and forth and back and forth. But I'm also dead right now. This is the part of the game where the Invisible Woman died and I got cocky and decided that I wanted to die as well because I ended up dying to Doctor Strange. And this just shows that the Penny is really not worried about peeling for the supports, especially as an anti-dive character. He wasn't really peeling for the supports and was just mainly focused on trying to push forward and create space that was not being used, considering the fact that the team was dying because I was playing Black Cat. So the space he was creating, very little, wasn't being used at all. It was just going to waste, and he didn't really understand this.
That doesn't count.
Why are we struggling all of a sudden, bro? What's going on? We're here at the end and we're starting to struggle. Like, is it little? Is your shit little? Are you scared to perform? Like, what's going on? I wanna know what's going on.
So if we look back at this clip, this is the exact same clip where the Invisible Woman was getting dove and he didn't even turn around to look at the Invisible Woman, and she's completely fully dead, and he's just fighting and being toxic to the team and not really helping at all, and he ends up going down right after.
Nah, nobody's gonna get Black Cat. You guys gotta get better at the game. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen right now. You guys need to get better at the game, and that's literally impossible for you. That's the problem.
So right after the first clip happened, this next clip happens right after, where he's telling the Invisible Woman that no, he will not be dealing with the Black Cat and that it's your problem and you have to just get good at the game in order to deal with her, and that I'm not gonna help you whatsoever, you just need to get good. That's exactly what he said. And then afterwards, he continues to call them trash and be toxic to his team and just continues and continues and continues, and he doesn't stop until the point where his teammate comes on the mic, the Invisible Woman comes on the mic, and he starts talking and he's saying,
no bro, like I'm not even trying to like rape bitch you or anything, bro.
No, you're bad at the game. It's like, bro, it's just a character. Like any other character.
Then he mutes the Invisible Woman and doesn't let him talk at all and explain or anything.
You guys are treating her differently. No, you're getting destroyed in the back because you're bad. Like, stop with the excuses. We're getting destroyed in the back. Like you're trying to make it seem like, oh, it's okay that we're losing because we're getting destroyed in the back. Like you're trying to make it okay that you're bad. That's the problem. That's the problem. You're trying to make it seem like it's okay that we're losing because we're just getting destroyed. Instead of stopping getting destroyed, your excuse is, well, there's nothing we can do. We're just getting destroyed.
It's not even helpful information that he's trying to give you. He's just saying, well, just stop. Just stop getting destroyed. Like, it's that simple to stop dying to a dive character, which is literally meant to kill support characters. The whole point of a dive character is to kill a support character. So the chances are that the support will die to a diver in a 1v1. That's just how it works. So this advice that he's giving is just stupid. If you actually look back at the recording, you can see he killed me. He webbed me and he killed me with his team. If he just continued to do that instead of sitting here complaining, being an anti-dive character, since there's two tanks, this would have been perfect for him. This would have been totally fine for him because he would have been peeling and it would have been fine and his supports would not have been dying, so he would not have all of this to complain about.
I don't get it. So what, you can't fight somebody that's highly mobile and gets in your face?
Genuinely the craziest thing I've ever heard. Like, you would assume that you can't hit something that's highly mobile, so how would you be able to defend yourself when you can't hit it? And bro. So anyways, the round starts and we're on defense, and you already seen it from my perspective, but this is what Penny's doing from this perspective. Eventually he gets mad and he dies, and the cloak ends up peeling for the invis.
Look, you're trying. Go to the fucking point! Stop that! Stop that! You're turning around to fight.
Now, genuinely, I don't know what he wants from the supports because they can't peel for each other. He's not peeling for them, and they are just supposed to sit on point and twiddle their thumbs and hope to God that they don't die. from just sitting on the point, because they can't peel for each other and you're not going to peel for them. What do you expect them to do? They're going to die. And if we just look at this, if we just see this, this is the highly mobile character that they're dealing with. You can't even hit a shot on me. And if you're whiffing your shots, you genuinely can't be mad at the supports if they're missing their shots, or if they're even trying to kill me, because they do not want to deal with this character consistently killing them. And then you are going to die because they're dead, because they can't heal you. You just watched one of them die in front of you. So for the rest of the match, he's just mocking them. He's just clowning on them. Then he switches to Black Widow because he's throwing, and he's yelling about how you're not supposed to be killing Black Cat, and that the whole point of the game is just to sit on the point the whole time.
Not only are you so bad, you're so stupid. So fucking stupid.
So then he comes back to life, throws for the rest of the match, and then is just typing in chat. This is what he was doing the entire time, just sitting in here typing in the chat. We ended up getting the point. He just sits here for the rest of the game explaining to his team that the whole point of the game is to not kill Black Cat and it's to get on the point. And it's just genuinely crazy that you will sit here and throw your team's game because you're mad that a dive character is absolutely obliterating them, and you are not helping at all, and you're complaining about it despite you not helping. And your best advice is to just tell them to stop dying. That's it. This guy is genuinely crazy, and I'm hoping that he got recorded a lot, and this is the only time he did this. So after he loses the game, he goes into the replay and he's trying to explain why he's correct and why the healers are stupid. And he's extremely mad, as you can hear him. He's so mad about the fact that they were dying so many times. And he doesn't understand that if they are dead, they can't be on the point. If the Black Cat remains alive, aka me, I will continue to kill them, and they're not going to be able to remain on point. So your best course of action is to get rid of this Black Cat, to peel for this Black Cat, to make Black Cat's life a living hell, to play a bunch of anti-dive characters so that it's extremely difficult to play her and she gets no value. But since nobody did that, that's why she was able to run rampant in your team's backline and just consistently kill them, which would lead to your death, which did lead to your death many times.
Attack that you be having, demonstrate and highlight your capacity of surviving out in the field or out in the wilderness. You wouldn't be able to. You would just die. So do the world a favor and yourself. Just yourself, please. Because clearly you don't have the capacity to think on your feet. Clearly you don't have the capacity.
Hey, bro,
if you were given, I don't give a fuck.
Do you think you want to be today?
Shut the fuck up.
So on his stream for the next hour, he starts continuously talking about this match and blaming his teammates for the teammates that he had in that match. And he ended up throwing the next like 5 matches. He ended up throwing them just completely, playing Black Widow for the tiniest inconveniences. And then he did this for the next 5 matches and just blamed it on the game that we played, the game that we were playing when I was playing Black Cat. This is something that I would just never want to happen to me, and I just don't think it's something that anyone should be dealing with, especially since those other people, those 4 other teams that he had, that he just decided to throw just because he was mad at this one match. People like that just shouldn't exist, and they make the game way more toxic. And this is just one of the craziest experiences I've had playing Black Cat in ranked, and the fact that he still hasn't gotten banned besides like voice chat bans is insane. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. I'm going to be going now. Bye bye.